Evening, dear children of class 6. Today we are here to discuss your second chapter of moral science, that is Chunni Lal feeds his goat. Now this is a very strange kind of title. How can anyone feed the goat, isn't it? It can be a goat, G-O-A-T, but goat, how can you feed a goat? So let us see what is the significance of this title. Okay, and in order to know this, we have to know the story of Chunni Lal. Now who was Chunni Lal? He was a poor farmer who worked in the fields, but he was a simple and a happy kind of man. Okay, now one day what happened is that he heard that the wealthiest man in the town, he was arranging a feast. What was the purpose? It was the Diwali ahead, and that's why all the people around the town, nearby villages also maybe, they were all invited to the feast. Okay, so Chunni, he was very happy and excited, and on the day of the feast, what happened was that he thought that I will not waste my time again going back home, changing my dress to go back to the town. This would take a lot of time. So what did he decide? He decided that I will go in my simple clothes only. And remember that he was a farmer, isn't it? So he wore simple clothes, like farming clothes only, and he was very weary and hungry at the same time. Okay, so he went to the place of the wealthy person and found out that the guards did not give him a warm welcome. Okay, so he was a little bit surprised and also felt bad for that, because he was given a place very far away, and he was not given a proper treatment. Also, he was not given food. Also, no one asked him what did he want, and but all the people around, they were quite enjoying themselves, leaving Chunni. Okay, so he was just made to sit in the last corner of the table, and by the time all the beautiful delicacies, that means the eatables which would come back to his place, nothing was left for him. So this was keeping on continuing, and he felt very upset and very sad, and he thought that he will not stay there any longer. So what did he decide to do? He decided to leave the place. Now, there was a friend's house nearby, on the way in between his house and the wealthy man's house. Okay, so he just paid a visit to the friend's house and told about the matter. That, see, I had gone to the wealthy person's house, and see now how am I treated, and no one even asked me, no one even leave about asking. He was totally disregarded as a person. All right, so he felt low and felt very bad for that. So his friend suggested, look Chunni, you do something. You wear a proper dress. What kind of dress? You wear a proper, maybe a shirt, you wear a good turban, you place a coat above it, and then again you revisit the place. You go back to the same place where the feast is held, and then see the difference. So Chunni thought that yes, maybe his friend was telling right. So then he put on his good clothes again with a turban, and he did not forget to put on his coat, and then again went back to the place. Now this time when the guards received him, they gave him a very warm welcome. Okay, and then what did he notice was that suddenly he was treated as a good guest. Why? Because he had worn good clothes now. So good clothes do not decide the character of a person. Good clothes only is for the outer appearance. It is not for the inner. See, all the members, all the friends, all the relatives of the wealthy man who were there, assembled there, did anyone talk to Chunni properly that time? No. Why? Because he was wearing a simple dress, that is of a farmer. Now when suddenly he is wearing a good dress and going, that time everybody is treating him with respect. So this disparity, this difference should not be there. Okay, everyone should be treated with equality, be it poor, be it rich, because he was summoned, he was called. He did not go to the rich man's house and say that please invite me to the feast. It was not like that. It was the rich man who had given invitation to all of them. So in this case he was a guest, so why then treat him in a different manner? Okay, so he reached back to the place, and as I told you, he was treated very properly. And what did he do suddenly? He started taking different kind of food items. Okay, now in feasts, you know that good items are there for eating, isn't it? And previously when Chunni had decided to go, he thought about the various delicacies, like I'll have halwa, I'll have sweets, isn't it? Jalebis and goodness knows what else. And he was very pleased for that. Now what did he do? He started taking some of the eatables and he started thrusting them inside his pocket, in his coat pocket. Okay, and he kept on saying, eat pocket, eat. He says this in the dialogue. You will find that in the book also. Eat coat, eat. He kept on saying this. Now everyone was very surprised, and they thought that why is he behaving so strangely, isn't it? So all of them came and asked, including the wealthy man in whose house the feast was held. And they asked, why are you doing like this? You should eat the food and not give it to the goat, isn't it? So Chunni gave a very witty and wise reply. And what is that? He says, previously when I came to the feast in my old and tattered clothes, that time I was given a different welcome. Now I have worn a proper dress and over that a beautiful coat also. Now you are giving me a good welcome, isn't it? So actually it is not me, it is you're giving respect to the coat, to the dress, not to the person. So if you are doing that, in that case I'll feed my coat only. Why feed myself, isn't it? So the story ends here with this moral that there should not be disparity between persons, but everyone should be treated properly and with respect. Okay, now children, the synopsis part will be provided to you, and there are tasks which are given there, and according to the question and answers, the answers part is also written there. Please follow them carefully, write them neatly in your copy with the title, date, and see the assignment which is given in block letters at the end of the page. Thank you and bye.